Hi, I'm Mark Whitaker, and welcome to the next edition of Take a Look Thursday. On today's session, we have none other than the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith, say hi.
Hi, you're a little too kind.
So, Jimmy, tell me what you do at Lenovo. Tell me about yourself.
I am the worldwide program manager for our Google Series 1 by Lenovo Smart Office Kit product.
I invited you on today's call so we could kind of take a look at the Google Series 1 systems, and I'd love for you to tell us about them. Tell us some great applications. Tell us anything you want to share.
So Google Series 1 by Lenovo is really all about making a better meeting all in one box. So they're room kits specifically designed for the Google Meet Smart Office platform. So some of the key things that we have in our Google Meet system is it's really all about a premium audio experience, right? So we have a speaker bar that is specifically tuned with AI to make sure that every person in that room is specifically heard and can also hear, right? So we actually have edge TPU processors, so tensor processing units built into the soundbar itself. This soundbar is one of the most unassuming parts of the kit, but it is probably one of the most key and critical parts of that kit as well. So it has that TPU processor, which actually offloads from the Intel i7 processor that's inside the compute box. But this actually gives you extra processing power specifically designed to make sure that you can be heard. It also utilizes technology where it works in concert with multiple mic pods for some larger room kits. Setups. And so what it can do is we can actually daisy chain up to 4 of these for additional mic pods. And so with that TPU, you can actually do noise cancellation actually on the kind of at the edge, right? This is the same way we talk about edge computing and IoT. At the edge, at the mic and speaker bar part, you can actually do all of your audio processing and then send it to the compute and back to the meeting, right? So we have a lot of technology built into this. Also, it's really all about ease of use and ease of setup, ease of maintenance. So we have all of these products and they're all enabled with PoE or Power over Ethernet. So you can get data and power all in one very, very, very industry standard RJ45 Cat 5e, Cat 6, whatever connection. So on this mic pod, we specifically have RJ45, right? Cat 5e in and out, right? So you can actually daisy chain these together. Your setups are quick, easy. It comes with everything that you need. But if you're like me and, especially our installers, right, and you want to crimp your own length, right, utilize whatever tools you already have. If you want to kind of streamline that office setup, we actually have that available. So those are some of the huge benefits that we have that really no one else in this space utilizes. And then last but not least, obviously, is when you see these kits and when the first time you use them and you get to touch these kits, they're very organic in design, or in design. Kind of a combination of Google and Lenovo, so kind of the best of both worlds. This is a product that kind of puts us a little more on that softer side and make the office space and the whole office itself more inviting. We really wanted to make sure that we had a product that helped foster as much creativity and collaboration as possible, and foster the feeling that we want to go and we want to collaborate in the office. And if we can't, those in the office want to have a clear connection and a way to communicate back with those who are not currently in the office today.
Thank you for that. So you talked extensively about the incredible audio that's associated with the Google Series 1 systems. What about the video portion? How many monitors do these systems support? What kind of camera? What comes with the package?
Yeah, so we actually do have a camera we've got 2 different cameras. So we've got a standard camera that will handle your small kits, your small rooms and your medium rooms. And then we also have a camera XL, which has a little bit larger sensor, and it's designed to be able to zoom in on participants a little more in the larger room settings. That has up to a 4K sensor in it, right? So we do have AI built into the cameras as well. As far as display outs, yes, the compute box can actually handle dual display out at 4K at 60 hertz. So it's really nice for rooms because in a lot of cases you want to share content, but you also still want to be able to see everyone in the meeting and see their faces, their shining faces as large as possible. So obviously one screen or one larger screen can help accomplish that, but having two in the same space, and especially in your larger spaces, a lot of times we're seeing there's a lot of, instead of going one larger screen, going dual medium-sized screens. So it can support two screens out with your standard HDMI connection.
I'm assuming you mentioned 4K. And this is just a question. You may not know the answer to this, but any idea if there's any plans on incorporating any of the new 21.9 technology that's becoming more prevalent these days?
Yeah, we're exploring it, right? So there's nothing solid yet, but I mean, like some people that may be watching this know that I come from the visual space with monitors, and I know that 21:9 is a new aspect ratio. We're working in our development with our development teams, and also kind of gauging the market to see how viable this is for the future. But yes, it's definitely possible. With all of the compute power, all the graphics powers inside that compute box, there's no doubt that we could in the future enable that. It's not specifically on the roadmap currently today, but we are definitely exploring it because we know that having kind of that one all-in-one kind of 21:9 ultra-wide format is starting to become more prevalent in the market in multiple different spaces.
I didn't think you'd have an answer for that, so thank you for sharing. Just out of curiosity, you mentioned we have the camera for the small and medium spaces and the large camera for the larger spaces. I think there's different sized kits for these systems. So could you talk about the different sized kits and what they might fit into?
Yeah, so we've got a couple different sizes. Today we have 4 different sizes. So we have our small kits. So those are really for really small huddle spaces. You're gonna get obviously the speaker bar, which comes in all of them. You'll get a camera, and then one of the key things you'll get is this handy dandy remote. Right, so you'll be able to use this kind of like an air remote. The front is like a standard remote you'd have to be able to select things. You've got mute buttons, volume buttons, menu buttons, all of that. But on the back, it's got a really cool keyboard. So you can even utilize that for any kind of chat, in the space. And it has a rechargeable cradle, plugs right up to the compute box. And obviously you do get the compute box as well, right? With Chrome OS, so highly secure Chrome OS box, very, cloud focused, but with a very capable, this is not your typical, right, Chrome device, capable Core i7 processor. So it's really designed to kind of go the distance for that full life cycle for the whole kit. And then you step up from there and we kind of trade in your remote control, and then our medium light kit, and you get one of these touch controllers. So we actually have a touch controller. The nice thing about the touch controller is we joke it's a touchless touch controller. Right, because you can do everything you would expect to run a Google meeting, a Google Meet meeting, and with the touch controller. But some things you don't expect is you can actually use Google Assistant to start the meeting and dial numbers. So that's through the touch controller. You can have a touchless interface with the room kits, and that's actually included in all of the other kits. Because when you step up from that medium light to the medium, you're going to add one of these mic pods. So really, it's just for a room that's smaller than your small collaboration spaces, but larger than kind of the smaller meeting rooms, where now you'll need a little more audio coverage, once again, to make sure that everyone can be heard. And then after that medium-sized kit, you can also move up to our large kit. So the large kit this is where you change the camera for a camera with a larger sensor, so you can capture more of the room and zoom in a little more. You have the audio bar. We have an add-on audio bar as well, so that we can get full coverage in that room. And then in addition to having the 2 audio bars, that they work together, and they with beamforming technology, and make sure that they're not interfering with each other. You'll also get 2 of these mic pods, and so you'll get the touch controller, 2 mic pods, 2 audio bars, and the upgraded camera. And obviously, they all still come with that compute box, and it's all connected with PoE. So that's the nice thing, as all of these kits, everything except the remote control is connected via PoE, or power over Ethernet. And lastly, the nice thing is, even if you buy one kit, you can buy components and kind of upgrade and build out, or utilize in a different room, and maybe this room's larger or smaller, and these are kind of mix and match components. So you can add an audio bar or add multiple mic pods, because the large kit comes with 2 mic pods, whereas the system can actually handle up to 4 additional mic pods. So you could add 2 more mic pods if you know that I've got a significant board meeting that I want to have these mic pods on. And a lot of these components, as I'm talking about them, they also have magnetic connectors as well. So they come with the mounting, right? So you could actually mount this on the wall, mount this on the table. If it's a metal table, you could actually, this would just magnetically connect to the table. But you could mount this if it's not, and then you could even, if you want a really flush look, right? You could drill holes down and then run your PoE Ethernet, and then you could have a really nice flush look on that table, and all you would see would be this beautiful mic pod that actually has, you don't see it now because it's turned off, but it has a LED light status indicator, and then it also has another one to let you know if this device is muted or unmuted.
Excellent. So what about other size spaces? So for instance, if I really wanted to put a Google Meet system into a auditorium, for instance, can we interop with third-party DSPs, cameras, anything like that?
So yes, we definitely have accessory integration. If you actually look at the Google Meet Room Systems website, you'll be able to see that. But one that I'm particularly excited about is our new partnership with QSys, who they for a while in the industry, they've been experts at integrating into extremely larger spaces, right? So we do have a kit that they will be offering that will be able to integrate directly with all of those peripherals as well.
That's fantastic. And by QSys, I'm fairly certain anyway, that would be the entire QSys suite, which means that we could also use our touch panel to control full room systems. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes, so we'll have the compute and the control panel in our new QSys kit. So we'll be a key part of that integration space.
Fantastic. So Jimmy, it sounds like we have an incredible audio system. We have different sized kits based on different sized rooms. We have a great camera. We have a compute that's solidly built and probably can't be beat. Why would anybody not use these systems? Providing you're in the Google Meet ecosystem anyway, why would we not want to use one of these systems?
You like headaches.
That's a rhetorical question, right? But you're exactly correct, Jimmy. Our systems are beautiful. I'm assuming they're in stock. Are they in stock, ready to ship?
Oh yeah, got thousands of units ready to go. Yes, but I guess another reason would be if you didn't want our kit, maybe you like power adapters, right? So the PoE removes a lot of power adapters that a lot of other kits need. They need to power the camera, they need to power the speaker bar, they need to power the compute, power controllers, power everything, and ours uses one power adapter and then PoE to everything else. So if you really like power adapters, if you like collecting power adapters, and you really enjoy power cycling 5 and 6 devices per room, then yes, have at it.
Well, so I'm not a fan. You would never, if you looked around my office right now, you'd never know I'm not a fan of power supplies, but I assure you they are the bane of my existence right now. I have more power supplies in my office than I care to think about.
I know.
So it's what I can tell you though is that my Google Meet system, like you said, one power supply, entire system works right off of that. You can see in my camera view right now that my Google Series 1 system, it's got the one power supply adapter, and that's that. That's a beautiful thing. One thing I will note about this picture we're seeing from my camera right now is that this is the chalk system. There are some chalk still available. Is that correct?
Limited edition, collector's edition.
Excellent. Get them while you can. But the real color that's available right now is the charcoal, which is kind of a dark gray color. Is that an accurate statement?
That's right. That's what I've been showing you guys. Charcoal.
Excellent.
Yep.
So Jimmy, I'd like to take a second and say thank you for joining us today. You've obviously shown why you're the man, the myth, and the legend today. So thank you. Is there any last minute things you want to share with us about the GS1 systems?
Nope. Just if you guys have not been able to experience one of these, definitely reach out to your local rep or channel partner, and we can find a way to get you got get a kit for you to test out because this is a product that you definitely have to experience in person to even understand or see what we're talking about. But thank you for having me today, Mark.
No problem, Jimmy. Thank you for joining us today on our Take a Look Thursday. It's been a great session with Jimmy Smith here. I hope you'll join me again on our next session. But for now, I'd just like to say don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send me some questions for Wednesdays with Whitaker. Send it to me by email or through my LinkedIn profile. Either way, I'd love to answer your questions on these videos as well. So until next time, I guess I'll see you then.